Hello, you're watching World Without Rule of Law. We're here on the Southern Virginia homestead. This is another segment of an unscripted moment. So tonight, it's November 11th, 2018, Veterans Day. And I know it's kind of late, but had a busy day. Church this morning and again this afternoon. I just wanted to give a shout out to all the veterans and active duty military out there. You know, today I went to church to worship God, carried my Bible, and I didn't have to hide to do that. I have the freedom to do that, as we all do in this country. We have the freedom to carry firearms. We have the freedom to vote. We have the freedom to express our beliefs on social media or on any other platform. We can say how we feel about our president, about our elected officials openly. And all those things we owe to the veterans, the men and women who put themselves on the front lines, put themselves in harm's way every day to ensure that this country remains a free nation. And those that have done so throughout the decades and generations that came before us. And so I just want to make sure that, I want to point out that hopefully we won't lose sight of that. We won't forget that, right? So I'm going to share a little story with you. I have a friend, good friend, started out as a subscriber to the channel, and just through comments and whatnot, we were going back and forth conversing, and ended up talking on the phone and a few times, and text now and then. And about a month and a half ago, he came out here and visited my wife and I, and it was great to meet him. It was a great time. He was brief. His stay was brief, but long story short, he ended up getting saved. He ended up accepting Christ as his Savior. And now he is, actually as we speak, he's on his way to begin a year-long deployment overseas with the service. And so I think it's a fitting tribute just to bring this up and talk about it, because the sacrifices that veterans have made throughout the generations and continue to make even today, it's very important that we don't lose sight of that, the importance of that. So this gentleman, and I don't have his permission really to to identify him, so I'm not going to do that, but he may very well be watching this video at some point, and of course he's welcome to identify himself in the comments if he wishes to do so. He's actually on his way as we speak, so to the staging area, where he'll be for, I'm not sure how long, several weeks, and then from there they go overseas. So I don't know if he'll have the opportunity to watch this video or not, or if he does, it may not be right away. But that's got to be a hard thing. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. That's got to be a sacrifice. That is a sacrifice. To leave your family and your loved ones. I think he said all in all, with the staging in the beginning and the debriefing period or whatever it is in the end, he'll be gone a total of 14 months. And so during that time, he's got a daughter that's going to graduate high school. He's got a life that he's putting on hold here to go out and to stand up for our freedoms, this nation's freedoms. And so it's a fitting tribute to talk about that today, because today is Veterans Day, and though technically, I guess, active duty may not be considered a veteran, right? But still, these are the people that make these sacrifices, that make this country what it is, that give us the freedoms that we enjoy every day. As I mentioned before, the freedom to worship God as we see fit. Many countries, many nations do not have that right. You know, they have to meet in secret. They can't reveal to people that they even have a Bible, because there'll be ramifications for that, and up to and including death in some cases. Try to wrap our minds around that. We have so much freedom here in this country. So many things that we're allowed to do, and a lot of people abuse those freedoms. A lot of people are knuckleheads, but I guess we all are in some respect. But as I said, like the freedom to voice your opinion about your government leaders. A lot of countries don't have that right either. But we have that here. With those freedoms comes responsibility, right? Responsibility to treat each other with respect when we're doing those things. You know, we have the freedom, the Second Amendment allows us the freedom to carry firearms. With that comes responsibility. And, you know, we have people that are abusing those freedoms. And so, I think, you know, you're going to have that, but largely, as a nation, we are responsible with the freedoms that we have. Now, I know when you have irresponsibility in any of these freedoms, that gets focused on becomes to a magnitude where, like, it's all you see of that. And so it's important to keep in perspective that that does not represent the majority of people. The majority of people enjoy their freedoms responsibly. And if you are one of those people, then in my opinion, you need to thank a veteran for that. You know, or an active duty serviceman. Now, again, you know, this friend of mine that's leaving for a year, I can't even imagine leaving my wife. You know, my son's older, but if he was at that age when he was, you know, in high school and he's going to be graduating or going through some milestone, he's also got a younger son. And there's things that are going to happen in their lives that he's not going to be here to see. But because he's putting an importance on, you know, other things that don't necessarily have anything to do with him, things that serve a greater purpose. In this case, the freedom of this country. And so that's a sacrifice. And even if nothing bad happens to him, and we're praying that it doesn't, he's still giving up that time with his family and with his loved ones. And so many people are doing that, going through that, and have gone through that. And they do it because of a commitment to a principle that means something huge to them, and should mean something huge to all of us. And it means a lot to me. And so I just want to thank him. Again, he knows who he is. If he wants to identify himself, he's free to do that. That's his choice. But I want to thank him. And I want to thank all those that are making that sacrifice. And all those that have made that sacrifice throughout the generations. Because without you all, this country wouldn't be what it is. We wouldn't enjoy the freedoms we have. And so let's just take a moment, or a few moments tonight, today, tomorrow, next week, all throughout the year, to recognize that and to thank those people. And it's so important to express that to them whenever we have the opportunity. And I think of Vietnam veterans, right? And have a personal experience with them because I have a couple good friends that are Vietnam veterans. You know, what they went through, they made the same sacrifices. They gave up the same things that all these veterans give up when they leave their families. But the nation didn't give them the appreciation they deserved. And a lot of them suffered for that, and a lot of them are still suffering. So I maintain that if you know any veteran or see any veteran, you should show your appreciation, or again, to include active duty as well. You should show your appreciation for what they're doing for this country. And if you see or know a Vietnam veteran, please go out of your way to let them know that you appreciate them. And it may be something that they don't really, throughout their lives, haven't gotten a lot of. And they deserve it, just as every other veteran does. So I implore you all to just consider that, to take a few moments to be grateful for the sacrifices that these veterans made to make this country what it is today, and to allow us all to enjoy the freedoms that we have. Thank you for watching. God bless you.
They say everything can be replaced. They say every distance is not near. I remember every face of every man who put me here. I see my light come shining from the west down to the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be relieved. They say every man needs protection. They say that every man must fall. I swear I see my reflection somewhere so high above this wall. I see my light come shining from west down to the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be relieved. come shining